Good morning. Today is Tuesday and I'm doing my morning draws. Let's see what energy is ahead of us for the day. Let's see what we need to incorporate and think about for the general collective for today. This wants to pull out. That was sitting on the side. All right. So the Bright Mother, number 16. Now, I have mentioned this before. This is the Faeries Oracle by Brian Fraud with information by Jessica Macbeth. I am not 100% used to this. I need to start recording my deep dive or my learn with me regarding this one. So what stands out? Because I am still learning, I still pull from the book. It takes at least a year for me to learn cards. By that I mean memorizing what possible meanings as well as throwing in my own intuitive drawing from the picture or from what stands out. So I do refer back to the book until I've learned this. However, I am only, whatever stands out for me, whatever's drawing or jumping out for me is what I'm going to incorporate. Now the natural, what Brian and Miss Macbeth put in for what this card is, both in the artwork and into the information, is creativity, nurturing, productivity, intimacy, sheltering. So this is a nurturing card. This is a productive card. This is a creative card. And this is the stuff that I try to remember, as well as little bits and pieces throughout their information. Now, this is in the positive upright position, so I do read upright and reversed. So here's something to incorporate into it. This is a time of creativity. This is a time of nurturing ourselves or others. It may indicate marriage or birth of a child, deepening of relationships. Speaks of giving one's all to life, not holding back. She is like the cornucopia, the abundance. This is the time of putting the needs of others first, taking care of yourself. Patience is needed for the process. Considering what you have. Acknowledge the people. Oh, excuse me. I'm very, very sorry about that. Acknowledge the people and the things in your life. Being grateful. Whether the things or the people in your life are good, bad, or indifferent, to acknowledge that they are doing something for your life. Consider being, this is a card of nurturing, so that means you have to be considerate and not as judgy. Be approving, do something that promotes a positive impact upon the people that are in your life without being judgy, judgmental, without being negative, without being rejecting. So this is a card of abundance, acceptance, fertility. If I were to put this in a tarot card term, I would say that this card would be the same as the Empress card. That will stick in my mind that way. So today's energy is going to be a type of energy of productivity, of creativity. This is going to be for things that are going to be really, really creative, nurturing, a positive influence. Today is going to be a positive day. That is how to look at it. Oh, I am still yawning. I am very, very sorry about that. So these cards are very beautiful. They're very informative. They help me out tremendously, but they are going to be difficult to remember for me because there are so many of them. It took me with the tarot cards, because there are over 70 cards in the tarot card. There are three major things that go on. There are the suit cards that are the everyday 1 through 10s, or the aces through 10s. There are the royal suites, the pages, the knights, the queen, the king, and then of course there's the major, which is the fool through the world. I am on a yawning spurt today. It took me a year and a half to get to know the tarot cards, the way I wanted to. So it's going to take me about the same amount of time for me to get comfortable enough with the Fairy Oracle that I don't bring out the book. So that's just the way my mind works. Now, the Halloween was not as bad. It just took me about a year. There's not as many cards. and they're a little bit more simple intuitively for me to grasp. So there wasn't as much complexity. But when you do spreads, then is where the complexity comes in. But neither here nor there. For me, the Halloween cards were a very interesting to learn. And so, anyways, the Oracle deck, I don't choose very many of them. And I was very surprised to choose the Halloween Oracle deck. But let's see what today's energy will be like from here. I mean, the main reason was that there are a lot of pieces, or a lot of the cards within the Halloween Oracle that are computer generated. And I'm not usually one for computer generated art. I'm usually one for like watercolors, colored pencils, ink drawings, pencil drawings, paintings, that kind of stuff. So I was very surprised to find that I was drawn to this deck. But it's a beautiful, beautiful deck. And I need to see what energy is incorporated in today. Exploring wilderness, exploring change. Because a werewolf is about change, transformation. So if you want to explore the wilderness, that may be as simple as going out to the park. It may be as simple as planning a day to go to the zoo, go to the botanical, go to a garden show, go out and see what is there. Basically, it's a matter of taking a step outside of your normal routine. It doesn't necessarily, though typically it does mean going outside in nature. It does not typically, though it means to take a step outside into nature. That doesn't necessarily mean that's what's going to be energy-wise. This, to me, is taking a step outside of your normal routine. Now, that may mean exploring the wilderness for you may mean instead of adhering to your normal routine, it may mean instead of going to the coffee shop in the morning, go to a tea shop. It may mean go to a bookstore, read a book while you drink your coffee. It may mean simple little bitty things that are outside your normal routine. Going outside for lunch and sitting in a park and eating your lunch there versus staying inside the cafeteria to eat your lunch if you have that opportunity. Just a change of pace. Let's do a change of pace this day. So that is what this is telling us. So we have nurturing creativity, abundance, positivity, taking a step outside our normal routine, be a little bit on the wild side. So let's see what card from the tarot deck is going to be flowing through the energy of today. Now, I did do a tarot spread already that I put up. I was being nosy. I have a friend who has gone abroad, and I was trying to see how she's doing. Haven't heard from her for a while, so meh. I'll be calling her later today. I want to make sure she's not busy, see how she's doing, if she needs any feedback or an ear to listen to her and see if that helps her any. Because according to what I read earlier, not too good. Anyways, that was just me being nosy. And yes, I can do that. That's a friend. So here is what is going on for today's energy that we can incorporate from the tarot. So, travel. Oh, again with the travel. So, going from rough waters into calmer waters. We're going from chaos into calmness. So, I like this. This is a good transition card for today's energy. So, we're moving away from a lot of chaos, a lot of upheaval into a more calm atmosphere. Because this can be metaphysical, metaphorical, rather than actual mundane physical grasping. So this is something to take in consideration. So I hope today treats you well. We have these beautiful cards to incorporate. So you have a terrific day. Remember, today is going to be a very productive, creative day, very nurturing. Remember to speak positive words, not only to yourself, but to those around you. Take a moment to be grateful and take a step outside your normal routine. And remember that we're moving from a very chaotic time into a very productive, positive, calm time. So you enjoy today.